Oh, that looks quite dark on there. Ooh, that's odd. Woohoo! Did this a lot quicker this time. Oops. What am I doing? No. Oh, that's okay. Right. Hi Karen, hi Joe, hi Caroline. It's just me today. Emma's gone to bed. Hi Sarah Lou. Thank you, Sarah Lou. Yeah, I've got back about 7, so I'm a bit tired. Okay, but yeah, Emma's because I think when we got up this morning quite early, and apparently I was quite noisy, so Emma's tired, so she's gone to bed. Hi Emma, hi Karen, hi Jill, hi Sarah John, hi Susan. I hope I caught everybody then. If I have missed you, I'm sorry. Hi Gail, hi Alison. So I haven't yeah, I've sort of just grabbed some things because obviously I didn't have a chance to prepare anything today, so I did last night. I suddenly thought, oh, I'll probably do some art journaling because that's a nice thing to do when you're not sure what you want to do. Hi Shaz. And so I thought I'd use my blue Dina Wakely journal. So this is these 2 pages I did in a YouTube video, and this is on the watercolour and the... I have to apologise if I lose my words today. It's just sheer tiredness. The pale burlap, and I did a live a little while ago where I did this with the denim and the watercolour. So I thought I would carry on to the next page, because what I had already done was, when I was making this page, the excess that I had on my stencil I actually put onto my next 2 pages. So last night what I did was I coated this side of the burlap and this watercolour card, and this is the really thick watercolour card, with some clear gesso. And I thought I'd just have just a general play around. So what do they call it? Intuitive art journaling. So that so I didn't know if that was needed to go up them comments. Oh no, not the Daleks are back. Oh no, I'm sorry. Don't know why. It's no different setup to last week. So I'm not really sure. So I'm just going to have a go. I've got some bits and bobs out. I've got some of the metallic Dina Wakeleys. So I've got the Sterling Rosy, Medieval and Gilt, because I thought where I've already put the gilt through the regular dots inkable, they would go with that colour scheme. And then I recently got this washi tape from the Be Crafty website. Hi Noreen. And this is the vintage ticket. So I thought maybe go with a bit of a vintage sort of theme. And I thought the colours as well go with it. And then whilst I was there, I thought, oh, I might as well get all my washi tapes out. So I've got, I'm not sure which ones are in stock on the website, but I've got the numbers, I've got the alphabet, the formulas and the graphs and the total eclipse. I grabbed a few of the newer gloss sprays, the sand mineral neck cups, because I thought they might go with the colours. I've got my stamps that are to hand, so I'll just use some of those. And I grabbed a pile of Dinkables. So I thought maybe I'll start with putting some more paint through some dinkle. No, or maybe we should put some washi tape down first. Oh, I don't know. If I have to get up and grab something, I apologise. Hi, Kate Louise. Come back on the boat with me, probably. At least the boats weren't cancelled this week. Last time I went on the boats, they were having mechanical failures. So let's start with some washi tape, shall we? So if I have to pop up to grab something because I've got no Emma, I apologise. So I think we'll start. We'll use some of the washi tape. I might have to actually grab some Distress Collage medium in a moment. I'm not sure. I didn't really think this through at all. So I might have to just very quickly grab something so I know exactly where it is and it's not far away from me. So let's stick some bits of this down. Grab some gessos while I'm there. Alright, so let's add a bit of collage medium while I'm here so that make sure it sticks. Because washi tape it's made to be removable, so although it has stickiness, it will always come back off again. I'm not sure if it's going to stick actually to that burlap. So this will be a learning curve. Let's see. Doesn't seem to want to stick. I wonder if I use some glue. Let's use a bit of glue, see if that will help. So you can always stick them down with actual proper glue. I'll leave that, it might work. Let's use a bit more of the vintage tickets because I like the vintage tickets because it's a new one. I think it must just be the internet that causes that sound problem. So I'm just literally just sticking them vertically and horizontally, just wherever I feel like. This is literally going to be. Let's just see where the page goes. Some tickets. Let's have some numbers. Numbers, because we've got numbers in the ticket, so let's have some numbers. And let's put a bit more collage medium on. So has everybody had a good day? I don't remember where I've stuck that now. Have you been crafting? Oh, it sounds normal again now. Well, that's good. It's really weird when I go off the island because my phone is terrible, so I don't really get very good speeds to get any internet, even if like I get free Wi-Fi anywhere. So I sort of always feel it just shows you how you get so used to social media, because I feel so out the loop just like with one day of being away. It's very odd. The sound seems worse more often. The camera zooms in and out. That's the trouble, is that's the autofocus, and I can't work out if there's a way of doing that. My oldest said apparently it shouldn't be anything to do with the microphone or anything. It would just be the internet. I think that is the problem with the sound. Lovely having told. Oh, that's good, Rosie. Christmas, the best time of year at school. Used to enjoy Christmas with the kids at school. It was sort of, well, it was a weird time. Sort of fabulous, and also could be quite stressful. My son would love the idea of the Daleks though, because he's massive Doctor Who fan. My 8-year-old is Doctor Who mad. Oops, I just dropped that on the computer, so hopefully that hasn't damaged it. Right, so there's a bit of washi tape. So we've got a bit of stenciling in the background. We've got our gesso layer. We've got some washi tape. Let's have some more stenciling. Now we've got circles, so I really have to say I won't put more circles in, I promise. Although I have got a big circle mask that I thought I might use at some point. Let's have a look. What we got? We got, that's a different one to use, isn't it? We won't use the circles. I promise. I do love the metal alpha one, so let's have a hi, Jackie. We won't use snowflakes, I don't think. Not yet. Not oh, there we go, metal alpha. That'd be quite nice, because then we've got the numbers in that as well. We stick to the numbers. Shall we stick to the numbers? Ooh, let's stick to the numbers for now. We might put some more other things in a minute. Let's put some of the metal alpha. Now, to contrast, let's go with, I think, the medieval. So let's find a stencil brush. I might have to move it just a little bit so that I can put a bit of this down on my mat. And this is a really, I really love this colour. It's sort of like gunmetal sort of colour, so it's like a much deeper, not silver, it's like much deeper than silver. More, I suppose a pewter would be how you would describe it. I start off by stippling, and then sometimes if I feel there's not too much paint, then I will sort of, I have got the cracked glass stick. Would you like me to use that one, Rosie? Because I can certainly have a go as well with that one. So yeah, I'll sometimes sort of not scrub my brush, but I sort of brush it over a bit more so I get a quicker coverage. Ooh, the numbers are sort of melding in with my other numbers. Now I should have, I've just realised, I think I'll just get a piece, oops, to put your paintbrush in the paint. I'm going to get a piece of paper and just pop it under there so that that doesn't go through onto that other page. Oh, the Dinkables, Katie Louise. Well, these are on the Be Crafty website, and they're sort of mini stencils. They've got quite a large range of them. I love them because they're just, I find them so easy to get out and use, and like, especially if you just want to quickly grab something, they're really ideal. And they're often, they're sort of a mini version of ones that they've got as bigger stencils as well. So when let's just check on, I'm just going to have to just move something off my screen because it's, sorry if I put my head in. Can't go. That's because I'm touching the screen because I'm thinking, oops, just frozen myself on there. I was thinking, oh, I've got a touch screen, it's not touch screen. So used to an iPad. And sometimes if you just go over the last, over the stencil again, you can get extra off of there as well, and it gives you a sort of a second generation, but with the stencil. So I'm going to do that. I will wash it afterwards. I'm going to grab the, I'm going to grab a piece of kitchen roll to wipe my hands. Oh. Hi Lou. Hi Julianne. Oh, brilliant. There you go. Katie Louise. Julianne has put a link to the Dinkables there. Now, what's it? The cracked glass one? Rosie, wasn't it? That's the cracked glass, cracked. I have got it. It'll be the last one I come to now. I'm sure I just saw it, didn't I? No? Oh my goodness. I have got it. I'm sure I've got it. Oh, there it is. That was the last one I've come to. Now, this one, this Dinkable, is quite delicate. So it is one where when you wash it, you do need to be careful of the little bits because you can bend them. But also, when you do put your paint through it, you do need to try to make sure that it really does go into your areas. Sometimes, I mean, as you can tell, when I'm doing my stencils, I tend to sort of like just chuck it on. I'm not overly trying to be too neat with it, especially when I'm doing art journaling. But if you want to, you do need to sort of really try and get those bits in. Just, I don't know if that's not gone up. Right, let's see. What should we use? Should we use the rosy? Or shall we use the silver? Oh, let's use the silver. Although the rosy would go with the colours of the vintage tickets. So let's use a bit of the rosy. See how we'll blend it in maybe with a bit of this. So get that out. So let's take a bit of that off there. Right, I'm going to sort of, like I said, these are really fine lines. So oops. So you do need to sort of squash it in a bit there. And if you go from off of, like, put your paint onto your stencil and then pushing it through so that you're, there we go. So there's a splash of cracked glass there. Let's do one over here. I might need a bit more paint there. I don't know if my comments are frozen or whether, because that doesn't look like that's moved up enough. Oh, I think my comments have frozen. Let me just have a look. Sorry. Oh, I'm doing it again. Doing a touch screen and it's not a touch screen. My comments hadn't moved, sorry. So there's another bit of splat. Cracked glass. I'm calling it a splat, it's not a splat. And let's put a bit more down here as well. I apologise for putting my arm across the screen. I just realised when I've seen myself played back. So you get quite a nice little sort of cracked glass effect. I'm going to put some over here so that I'm sort of equaling out the pages there. Oops, that one didn't. I wasn't concentrating enough. I find if I'm using paint with my stencils, I do tend to use a stencil brush. That's just my preference. If I'm using inks, then I either use a blending foam, or more these days I do tend to use these blending brushes because I do find them quite nice and easy to use. I think it just depends on what you prefer. really. Katie Louise, it's these are the Dina Wakley metallic paints. This one is rosy, which is, it's sort of like a rose gold. But I mean, this one, Rosie, is quite Rosie. I'm using Rosie. Is because it is such a fine design. You really do. I think you sort of just really need to work it in. I've tried to use texture paste. I think really it's. I wouldn't really use texture paste with this particular Dinkball because the lines are just too fine. You're not going to fit the thickness through them, so you'd get that bit in the middle. So if you just want the bit in the middle, you know, that's fine. But if you wanted to get all those lines, I wouldn't worry using anything like a texture paste with it, because you really like, even the paint is probably in some places is a bit sort of too thick. So, but if you just give it a bit of a, I find a stencil brush always good because you can really scrub it in. There we go. So there's some splats, cracked glass on that side as well. So let's put those two aside. I might give it just a little quick blast with my heat tool just to sort of just putting layer upon layer here, aren't I? Right, so I'm looking at this at the moment and I'm already starting to think, oh my goodness, I've just put so much on here that it's just clashing with each other a bit. So if you do a page like that and you think, oh, it's just too much at the moment, this is where your white gesso can come in quite handy if you want to just tone it back, because I'm just looking now at sort of like the dots and the cracked glass and the washi tape and the stencil, and I'm just thinking, it might be a bit too much for me. So I'm going to take a little bit. So you could do this with a brayer, or you could do it with a dry paintbrush. And I'm just going to, this is where I'm getting a mess, just take a bit of my white gesso off, and I'm just going to go over some parts, probably more of the washi tape, I'm thinking actually, is that's, oops, maybe a bit too much. Just take it back a little bit, just to sort of knock it all back into the background a bit more. So if sometimes you might think, oh, I've now done too much and I don't like what I've done, if you sometimes just take a bit of white gesso and go over some of it, not like so that you're obliterating it, but just take it down a notch really. So then and it also sort of unifies it a bit more, so that things aren't competing so much with each other. Let's just do. Gosh, I'm really hot. So took that back a bit. Now I feel like I need to dry it off again. And while I'm drying, I'm trying to think, what do I want to do with my pages? Hi, Sam. Oh, I think the first thing I'm going to do is I really feel like I want to frame them. I want to put something around the edge. So I think I'm going to use my archival ink, I think, and just give it just a little bit of darker around the edges. I sometimes feel that if I don't do this, I feel like it's just not contained, not framed. And I just like that framed look. It's why I do so much black matting and layering if I make cards. Oh, thank you, Sam. I'm thinking it was that one. I'm really not sure where this is going at all, to be honest. This is really sort of art journaling as I would art journal normally. Probably even more, more not knowing where I'm going than normal. Give that a bit of an edge. And let's try and get some on here. Ooh. This will be interesting because it's got that frayed edge on that side. What I'm thinking now is because I've got some bits and bobs from like last week and that are already cut somewhere that I might go and see if I can put some of those on here. Maybe start have a little. I'm thinking, as you will tell from, ooh, that's sticky. I do have a tendency that I go straight across my pages with focal points on either side, or like here where I have one in one corner, one in another corner. So I'm sort of feeling like I might abandon partly that. Sometimes I focus on one page and then just let the other page sort of just have a background sort of stamping and then have my focus on one. So I'm thinking I might do like a focal area here. So I'm just going to grab my bits and pieces. Got all these bits. So this is, I'm sorry if this is now going to be a bit samey as my other weeks, but these are the bits I've already got sort of cut up. So I've got, got some butterflies, a little crown. I don't think I want those ones. I have got my, so what I could do is I could do like a L-ish shape over here. So I've got, where I've already got my washi tape, I could do something sort of L-shaped to fit there. Ooh, got a bird. That would be a bit different. Maybe a bird. Some cogs. Bee. Bee might be a bit random. Oh, I've got more cogs. I've got cogs and springs. Just thinking, just to make like a focal, maybe a butterfly then up here a bit more. Maybe, oh, we could have a crown on the bird. Could we have a crown on the bird? Maybe another butterfly down on this corner, coming up here. Let's have some. Oh, another bit of tape measure there. So we got another bit of tape measure there, and then a cork here. What are we thinking? Are we thinking this? Oh, Actually, I think I prefer that crown. That would be a nicer crown for my... Or we could stick the crown on the bee and have a bee, maybe a bee flying up here. I wonder whether just... I was going to colour it, but I'm actually thinking I quite like the black and white. Just and this is the thing, if like tonight where I'm just like playing around because I haven't planned what I want to do and I'm tired, so I'm not really thinking too hard. If you like have a time when you don't know what you want and you just sit and cut out, stamp and cut out, did you, for those two, or are they pre-cut? Did I can't understand the question. Did you dies for those, Jane, or are they pre-die cutouts? They're from the dies, they're stamped and die cut. So the ones that I did a little while ago, and look, if you cut them into acetate, you can make your own like those ones you can buy pre-done. So, oh, I could have maybe I could have an acetate one on there as well. So I'm now deciding, do I want to, what do you think? Should I colour them at all, or should I just leave them black and white? What do you think? I don't think we need any tags. Oh, I could have another butterfly there. Oh, it could be like a cacophony of butterflies. I don't know if I want the crown on the bee. We could have a bit of maybe a bit of that there. A hint of colour. I'm just wondering if I got something like my vintage photo distressing, can just put a little hint of colour maybe on some like the tape measures and maybe some browns or something on there, or just leave it the black and white. Maybe, or leave it black and white and just maybe a hint of colour on the bird. Or black and white, please. Will I find the bird and butterflies? It is a kaleidoscope. I think you're right, Katie Louise. Yeah, because it's sort of like that colourful cacophony of colour. I think I'm going to leave it black and white. I'm going to go with that. I'm wondering whether to have a little bit of that up there, just, or I might put that one just over there. We'll have a think in a minute. So let's get some glue going on. Now I'm just going to take them all. This is where normally I'd get my phone and I would take a picture of what I've done and try to remember so that I could then reconfigure it. But I am going to roughly remember because I'll keep them roughly together. So here we go. So we'll start with our tape measure. So yes, as I said, so if you just sit and just stamp and cut out a load of bits and bobs, and then when you are maybe sitting and you don't really know what you want to do, but you maybe done a background and you just need some bits to go on it, it's just ideal. So let's go with that, a bit there, and I do have sort of stock layouts in a way, which I don't think is a bad thing. So when you're not sure of what you want to do, you can always like go to that sort of layout, and you know that it's something that you're going to like if you're not sure, and then that often sparks you to then have a play with different layouts another time. So I don't think there's anything wrong in sometimes just practicing. Like, I think sometimes we sort of feel that, oh, every time I do it, I have to do something different, something new. Well, the way you learn is by repeating things, and if by repeating a certain layout, a certain colour scheme a few times, that helps you to then move on to something else. So let's stick those down. Let's go with some cogs. Do you like a cog? I have to say there aren't dies for the cogs. That would be good dies actually, wouldn't it? Dies for the cogs. So I did have to actually cut those out with my own fair hand. So, but I don't mind cutting out, I have to say. So it's not so much of a, not too big a deal. Now, if you wanted to raise them up slightly, I'm trying to sort of keep things a bit flat in this journal because I don't want it to be too let's say fat then, that's the right word, too overflowing, because there's not as many signatures in this as in the black one, because you've got the really thick watercolour paper, but you can sort of add a little bit of sort of dimensional glue gel or maybe a thin foam tape. So that just raises it up slightly above the other elements. Let's go with that. And I do have a tendency, I have to admit, to go in a vertical and horizontal format. It's just how I find it pleasing to the eye. Just wondering whether to put them like that or whether I've got another. I could maybe put a little one down here. I feel like that needs one under there. This is, I think, actually quite often the most fun part of. I'm going to have to now stick one of those there because I don't like that gap. Of making things is the sort of laying things out and just piecing them together, and it's just quite relaxing. Carol and I often put things in the bottom left. I think it must be something about it is a bit that's something that's pleasing to the eye. I don't know what we're me-threeing for. I think I've missed some comments. Let's do that like that. We've got that bit there, that bit there. Let's have a look. Let's move some bits and see how I'm finding it. It's actually quite handy having it on the computer, because when you look on the computer, it gives you an idea of where you might want something else. I'm just waiting for to catch up with myself now. Now, I think I liked that up there, so I'm going to now look and see, what did I just do with that? Oh, it's there. A bit of honeycomb. I think we have a bit of honeycomb up there. Like that. And then we will have a bee. Let's have, what bees have we got? I think I've got the same with that one. I didn't want the coloured one. So I've got a bigger bee. Oh, quite like the big bee. I'm thinking I like the big bee. And we might have a little bee somewhere else. I just realised that one's, I think that one's been embossed. That one hasn't. I've obviously done these in two different times. Let's pop that there. I'm sorry, I'm missing all the comments. I will have to go back through and read, because I'm sorry if I've missed anybody as well. I think I like that there. I'm now wondering what we got. We've got one of them butterflies, one of them butterflies, one of them butterflies. Try and get every butterfly under the sun in. Let's have a different butterfly. Another butterfly. I have to say, I do tend to as well. I'm not overly keen on the ends being shown, so I will have a tendency to stick something over an end. And I'm just thinking, what about with that? Oh, yeah. Let's have a cog there as well. Stick that there. moisture as well. Sometimes you don't have to colour everything in. Sometimes it doesn't, you know, you can have a black and white background, it's fine. Where's that other crown one? There. I'm not sure. What about? Ooh, I think we have a crown on the bird. But we'll stick it like under, like that. There. The bird is king or queen. I feel now that I shouldn't have put that there. I feel that maybe that should have gone, I'm wondering, over the other side. Moving on with bits now. Oh no, I'm not lifting it now, it's down, it's staying. So I feel like I maybe need something here. Have I got any more cogs? I haven't, but could I? Oh, maybe one of my acetate butterflies. Not sure. Oh, or the bee. Where's that other bee that I had? Or the bee. Maybe the bee. But I need it perhaps to be that way because the butterflies go in that way. Yeah. What do you think? Bee or butterfly? Bee or butterfly? Let's let you decide. Bee or butterfly? See who's first. Fastest finger first. Bee or butterfly? Bee! There you go. Katie Louise was first with the bee. Oh, and Jill said bee. I might stick the butterfly somewhere else. To be honest. Let's have the bee here. Just so make that little cluster. There we go. So I think I'm going to leave that side because I'm not feeling it. And sometimes that's how a journal page goes, to be fair. Sometimes I do a journal page, I might not always feel like finishing it off, and I leave it. And I come back to it another time when I feel that I might understand what I want to put on there a bit more. And sometimes that's all you need. You just need to leave it and come back to it at a later date to see what it is that you want to add to it. So the only thing I will say now is I do need to have some words. But I'm quite liking a lot of empty space here, and I'm liking that I've got a cluster here. So I'm thinking the words are going to be down here. Now I'm either going to go with small words, which I do have a tendency to go with, or I have got my tick tapes here. So we've got, what have we got? If anything jumps out at anybody, do please say, because my mind is just, my brain is gone. What have we got? We've got birds, we've got bees, we've got butterflies, we've got all sorts. Oh, we could have don't look backwards. It's not really going because the bird is looking over its shoulder. Or what we got? Oh. I'm probably going to have to go with the first thing I thought of, aren't I now? Don't look backwards, it's not where you're going. How about that one? Yeah. That's the one I think it will have to be. Let's move all of those out of the way. And now I've got to find a piece of card. So let's have a look. Now, I am going to do black onto white, I have to say. That's watercolour. That's watercolour. I'm trying to find a piece that's not a piece of watercolour card. There. Oh, something on the back of that. Oh, it's going to have to be watercolour because I can't find a piece of stamping card that's where's that? There. Life. That's true. Life is a... Which one was life? I think I'm going to have to stick to that one because I can't... Life is about moments. Don't wait for them. Create them. Oh no, I see. The big life. I could do life and then I could say, don't look backwards. It's not where you go. So I could have life and then that down there actually, couldn't I? So let's sort of, oh no, where's that one gone? There's two gone. I'm going to have to look for those afterwards. Right, so let's do both of those. So let's move that to the side. Oops, sorry, I've just knocked the stand. Hopefully I stopped being a Dalek, because nobody said I've kept being a Dalek, so hopefully that was just a glitch. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a stamping block. Right, so let's... I don't think I've used that stamp. Just looking on. Or else I just cleaned it. Let's have life. And let's stick that there. Felt like I moved to that as I did it, but I don't think I did. Let's pop that there. And then we got the don't look back one as well. Do it upside down because I'm going to cut them out. Okay, we need my big scissors. Oops. I do love a big pair of scissors for this. Still a Dalek, but not as intense. Oh, a gentle Dalek. Don't know if there's such a thing. So we could have life. We'll decide the glitchy. That reminds me of oh, what's it called? Oh, I can't think of the program. It's a children's program. I'm sure it's Grandmaster Glitch. What's he in? I want to say the Octonauts, not the Octonauts. Thank you, Karen. I'm just looking for where the... I'm always losing these things that go on these scissors. Ooh, I've probably just knocked the camera again, sorry. Right, let's have a look. So, don't look backwards. It's not where you are going. I'm feeling that life go in? No, we don't want that. No, we don't think. Maybe we have life at the top with the B. And then, actually, don't look backwards. It's not where use this glue because it'll be go Jetters. That's it. Thank you. Because that would have been bothering me. And I would have probably woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning and gone, go Jetters. And I wouldn't have made everybody very happy. Yes, Grandmaster Glitch. I always seem to end up discussing children's programmes. Just shows you I've watched a lot of children's television in my time. And where are you? Oh, going there. So although it sort of started as a double page spread, it's really that's my main focus. And I think you're right, I prefer it, I think, with the black and the white rather than colouring in any of the pieces. So there you go. So hopefully that was not too haphazard, and that it gave you some ideas of bits and bobs. So it's Chit Chat Friday tomorrow. Can't believe it's come round again already, Sam. And then we've got Bev on Tuesday for Try Out Tuesday. So thank you for watching my ramblings tonight. I think I'm going to go to bed very soon. So thank you all for watching and have a lovely rest of your evening. Bye.